Welcome to a spirit animal message. And if tonight's your birthday, I like to say happy birthday. And today is actually my son Noah's birthday also. And this evening I had already pulled the cards. We're starting out with horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So, the horse. And there's something about the planets that's coming to mind for me right now, looking at the horse and freedom. And I feel like anyone in maybe more in alignment with themselves, in alignment with the universe, in alignment with the reality they'd prefer. Like something's in motion. And now it's like you don't have to do as much. Like you still have to, you're still being you, and you're still wearing the face that you're in need to wear as far as like living your life in your way. But it's almost like work that you've already put in is going to start showing manifestations. If that would make some sense. B, community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. So, community. How does community resonate to you? When you think of the word community, how does your life involve community? Everything we do, it involves the community. Whether we realize it or not, we're being seen by our community always, right? And maybe how we see the community based on life experiences, where maybe life experiences can sometimes be not so great because of just it's like once you go from you're in more of a sovereign space, an independent space, an energy sovereign space, knowing where and when to give out your energy and knowing when to retract your energy, and not in a selfish way, but it's like that's for your reality is your reality, right? And I'm going to mention this in this video. I mentioned it in the short that today, my son's birthday, there was a sash and all you saw was birthday on it. And I thought, oh, good, he can wear this. He's going out. He's going to see, the world today. Let him celebrate himself. Wear this sash to celebrate his birthday. Opening it, it said birthday queen. And all day, people were trying to hand me things that I didn't even buy that had congratulations on it. And I even heard it in my mind of like congratulations after just some inner work. And I always think about my message and this collective that I'm working to learn how to read for. And there was this message on the wind today of congratulations. And then, I don't know, the Queen energy, I think of the feminine, because I think about how today was my son's birthday, right? And then the feminine was really brought up. And even in my son, and I don't, not to bring him into this, but, you know, we all have a masculine and feminine side of ourselves. And when we look at someone, we can kind of sometimes discern where the work is maybe needed, whether it's more in the feminine side or the masculine side. And the feminine side has been where I see the work being done, and not just like a woman or a man, but, you know, even in my son, where his feminine energy got the love it needed from, and it was like, you know, we can box ourselves in due to false perceptions because of imbalances within ourselves. And perhaps now has been a time of balancing that inner self. And I apologize for any noises that you might hear. Visionary, giraffe. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Seeing a vision or receiving a vision, and you're learning to, I think of how in like a lower vibration this could represent like spreading yourself too thin, right? But in this situation, their energy is with them, and any energy that they have is going up and down this tube that is their neck into their brains and back down again in this flow state, right? Because they're embodying themselves. They are embodying who they are. So seeing a greater vision in the moments that you need it, in this like visionary, inventive type way, where you're receiving messages from yourself in the moments that you're gonna need it. And visionary, being able to perceive the world that you would choose, that you would prefer, and actually being able to envision it in a way to materialize it is another thing I think of, is to be able to envision a journey and not just have it be a fantasy. But in this case, this is like the energy to come. So I feel like this is something speaking about the horses. So something in motion, community, this Queen of Abundance energy. Then I think of this way where energy moves, right? And how I've heard so often of create your reality. So it's like your reality that you're creating it's like you're not doing your being, and you're manifesting your dream reality. And it's got the support from the universe, your universe, because you perceive yourself. I don't know how to. And then I see raccoon, and I didn't even have that pulled up here. and I just happened to notice there was a single card, and this is the deck over here, and then there was this one card over here, and it was just flat, and I was just like, oh, I forgot to bring it over, and it was inventive. And that was something I was feeling of, you know, being inventive to how you're creating your reality, so that you're actually putting that excitement into action. And we'll do, oh, here's another spirit animal message. I actually have been having a, up until about an hour ago, throughout the entire day, because of a tooth, I've been having a massive headache. And, you know, sometimes you think you've had a headache until you get a new level of a headache, and then you're like, oh, so this is a headache. Okay, so everything else before that, I was just learning how to deal with what I may deal with in the future. So, and that's a negative, not a negative, but in perception, it's like, okay, that sucks, a headache. However, in another way, in the light, in the good of the things you'd want to have happen, of learning how to see the good or embody a form of good, and it's like you thought you were there, so but when you finally get there, you're like, wow, so this is what there looks like. I don't know, that just came to mind. I thought I understood what I was envisioning, but then you realize it's so much greater than what you thought. Just like with these headaches I've been experiencing, it's like, you know, I thought I had experienced the max of what they could ever be, and then you know, life taught me that I don't know everything. Beaver. Investing in home comforts provides security and family togetherness. So investing in home comforts provides security and family togetherness. I think of this, the home comforts for me is life in the present moment. When you're working to bring your family together, I feel to enhance the present moment versus like, if you're advancing for like a future event for someone, I would do like, you know, a class towards, you know, something that they're passionate about, and or something that would help them, you know, in their life in a way that is actually functional and it really adds value to their lives. Not being afraid of the future, but it's like to, I don't know, be in this blissful present moment space. Wild boar. Whatever tradition or others expect of you, only to yourself be true. So it's like, I also think of times I get suggestions from other people, and sometimes their suggestions seem, you know, like they have good intentions behind them, or, you know, they just see a situation in a different way. And then over second guessing yourself and allowing that to alter your decision making. Stay attuned to yourself. Be true to yourself. Be true to the self that you know in a connection. Let's pull some tarot and see what messages come through. Oh, okay, put this over there. I was actually so excited that I didn't have a headache for a little while, and I was like, oh my god, I think I might be out of it. I almost wasn't going to do a reading tonight because I didn't think I was going to be able to get out of my headache. I was just like, I don't know, everybody, this might not happen tonight if I can't open my eyes, because I'm trying to keep my brain from blowing up or whatever, because it's not going to, clearly. But okay, so the energy of this reading. What messages for this collective could I possibly give that would assist with advice or guidance? Wow. That's so weird. I'm just going to go over this slowly. 9 of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Empress. An Empress to me is, and this is what's to come, because this is your 3rd card. So this is something in the short future. Like, this is not very far away. This is this energy you're embodying now, because it's like you embody something before you become it entirely, if that makes sense. And and whether you see it or not, you're embodying this Queen of Pentacles, which is a very foundationally, the foundation within her abundance is hers. Like, she's an independent feminine energy. And this does not have to be about man or woman. Okay, there could be, where a feminine energy within a man is the energy he's working through in this way, because it's more about the mind than about, sexual gender or characteristics of gender. So don't think in terms of gender. Think in terms of, like, art or the flow or the emotional body, just knowing your emotional body. I don't know. And this is, it's like this 9 of Cups. This is, or I'm sorry, not 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. This is you at the start of embodying who you truly are. And this has like earth sign energy, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're an earth sign. That could be just the house you're working through. There could just be a lot of grounded energy. It's like you're bringing the higher dimensions of yourself down so that you're in flow with yourself. I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense to some people who come to this message, but it may not resonate to everyone. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Things that you don't see coming, right? Energies you don't see. Something is ended, whether you see it or not. And endings are just the universe's way to clear what no longer works, what you no longer resonate to. Or maybe this is the end to an old way of being. It's like suddenly your entire life is entirely different. It's like it will look like, oh, an ending, but it's a beginning. Because I see the alchemist with this ending. So it's like you alchemized an ending to just work for the greater of everyone. Because you didn't ask for the ending. No one asks for endings unless they did ask for it. And it was more to alchemize energies that just weren't in flow. And it's like the energy itself, the magician, the alchemist, because this is someone who works with their energy to transcend those challenges in a way where they move through them with ease. And take more of the lessons so that they can do better, or not do better, but continue that journey in a way that's clearer, and it removes the confusion that wasn't meant for, that was only causing things to be delayed, like things that were delayed possibly in your life in some fashion. It's like that's gonna stop. That's the ending that's happening, the ending of things that were in delay. And I say that because I also have this King of Pentacles. So it's like you have the Queen of Pentacles out. And then it's like this ending through alchemy. Which means that the ending is also a beginning to bring you to this King of Pentacles, which is this longevity to the work that you're doing, the work of being you, the longevity of you continuing to embody your own vibration and not fraction yourself off anymore, because you're not allowing that. You're only allowing the right energies into your life, and sometimes it means letting go of what the universe decides it's time for it to go. I don't know. Because I feel like an alchemized end is one that was not serving the greater purpose of all. It was creating dissonance. And dissonance isn't that pure embodiment of self. and being able to embody more of yourself is this gift that everyone has a divine right to. So maybe it's like the divine removing something that was never gonna work out anyways. Let's see. I'm actually gonna just go ahead and pull from this deck, which is the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life, and just do a message, which this is like commandments from the time of Egyptians. The 42 Ideals of Ma'at. I'm still learning about myself, so I don't claim to be an expert of any kind. Working with them, I learn more about myself and the world itself, other people. And for this message, let's see what. I've always resonated to Ma'at and Thoth before I realized I resonated to them. I live in truth. So I live in truth. This looks like a giant key hole to a door. And this reminds me of the Kundalini energy that we hold within ourselves. And this reminds me of like the third eye. And these wings remind me of like the connection to the spirit world. And this to me represents like a portal. And you're going through, it's like you're the key, you're the door. Okay? You're what's on the inside and you're what's on the outside. Okay? I live in truth is an energy that you're echoing because you're choosing to live in truth. Even when the moment is challenging, your flow with your subconscious and your conscious is so is this it's in flow. It's in its natural state, right? So even when you maybe have some moments where you have a less of a consciousness or whatever, like I think of me being in pain. I do this where when I'm in pain over my tooth, or not that long ago when I first started this channel, I had tore soft tissue in my plantar fascia, which I was working out like on a regular basis, and because of a vitamin depletion, electrolyte depletion, it led to dehydration, which led to an injury. And through healing, truth was revealed to me through being sort of forced to be still, where normally I would just kind of trudge forward, even when, everything in my body and in the world around me was just like, I need a break. But there was just no time for a break. There was no allowing for one until like my body basically took that control out of my hands. Like, you may not want to allow this, but if you don't allow this, how are you going to continue to live in any actual way? Basically, you need to take care of yourself and stop letting people take your energy. So living in a truth that was in a soft and hard for myself. So being able to stand up for my own heart when it was needed, and in a way that, you know, even at times I've had to stand up to people I love because of their and not intentional inability to perceive me properly, and then that echoes into other people because we are all our own universes, and so often we sometimes think we know someone and then we really don't. So remaining in that clear sight of I live in truth, and being able to make the soft and hard choices to keep yourself, keep your energy safe and clear, to be able to move forward towards your greater purposes or your passion, your excitements. Living in truth helps to limit a lot of suffering that is just unnecessary through being confident and assertive in a way that is not selfish or malicious or resentful, to not in fear, but in love, in truth, in calm, in understanding, and compassion, to have empathy, but to also have the hard skills to know when it's time to protect your heart, to keep your mind in its best of balance, but also being able to push past your boundary lines a little bit enough to where you're expanding on yourself, if that makes sense. So I'm going to leave that there, and I pray this message helped whoever came tonight. And have a beautiful evening.